All right, so good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning, Miss Leek.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and review the date and the weather this morning, part of our morning business. So let's see. Yesterday was Thursday.
Yesterday was Thursday.
Today is Friday.
Today is Friday.
Tomorrow will be Saturday.
Tomorrow will be Saturday.
All right, so what do we write on the board here?
A capital T for today. Capital today is capital A. Capital F for Friday. F for Friday. Comma 2015. No, wait. Capital A for April.
Okay.
24th, comma 2014. 15 period.
All right, why did we capitalize the today?
Because it's the first.
Malachi?
Because it's
The first letter in a,
sentence.
okay, it's the first letter in a sentence. Why did we capitalize the F?
Because it's a day.
Okay, it's the day, so it's a proper noun, it's a day. Why did day of the week? Why did we capitalize the A in April? Okay, Kahu?
Because it's a name of
It's a name of a month, right? Okay, and okay, so let's read it together. Today is Friday, April 24th, 2015. Okay, I'm going to give you one code today for the date, and I'm going to give you one kind of regular way to write the date. Okay, customary way to write the date.
regular.
Yeah, so this is the customary, a little bit more regular month, date, year. Now what about this one?
Year, month, day. Year, month, day.
Year, month, date. Do you see that? 2015, 04. What does 4 stand for?
The month.
The month. It's April is the 4th month of the year, and 24 stands for what?
The day.
The day of the day. So we are on the 24th day of April. All right, let's move on to our weather report. Let's see who's going to be our weather reporter today. And when I was driving to work, listening to the weather report, they said 3 different things. So I was wondering what about the weather. So I'm very curious to hear about what our weather reporter is going to share. Not going to share with you because I want to hear what you have to say. Tatiana, okay, it's your job. You're the weather reporter. So can you come up and read the thermometer for us? And also let us know what you think it looks like outside. Are we all the way? Is it as hot as it was in the beginning of the year? Because that was our hottest day. So it's right at the 80, a little bit past. How much is that?
$81.
81. Yeah, how many people agree? I agree too. Okay, 81 degrees. 81 degrees,
Fahrenheit.
81 degrees Fahrenheit. Can we say that? 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Will you go take a look outside and let us know what the weather's like? Interesting. It does look a little different outside today, doesn't it? Let's hear what Tati has to say.
Cool and
Why is it harder to tell today?
Because it's green. The sky's green.
What do you think about the weather? Can we help Tati make a decision about the weather? I heard someone say it was gray. But is it like cloudy gray?
No, it's kind of blurry.
It's a blurry gray. That's a good way to describe it.
Foggy.
What do you think, Patience? Sit up straight, please. Well, we're talking about, you need to listen because we've been talking about what the color of the sky looks like right now.
Warm.
Okay, so I agree that it's warm, but is it sunny, foggy, or cloudy?
Foggy.
Okay, so let's look. Come and look. Come. Okay. Does it look more like smoke or does it look more like clouds?
Smoke. Smoke.
Okay, so so come and take a seat. So that's what fogginess is, right?
Yes.
What is it? What is fog?
It's smoke from the volcanoes.
It's smoke from the volcanoes blown over to Oahu. But you remember what type of winds?
Easterly winds.
It's Kona winds. So it's a southerly type of a wind. Okay, so I'm pretty sure. So anyway, so we had to make our own.
Yay!
It's foggy, something that only happens in Hawaii or places where there are active volcanoes. So it is foggy and warm today. And I hear some excitement. What's the excitement about?
We made it a group of 5.
Oh, awesome. We've been waiting a long time to make this group of 5, haven't we?
Oh, yes.
All right. Now, why do we get excited about making groups of 5?
Because it's easier to count.
Why is it easier to count?
Because
Yes.
when you count by 5, you just start with a higher number and you go down to that once.
Right. So you're just alternating between either 5 or 0 in the ones place. So it makes a lot easier. Okay, let's count our days of school, starting with the less efficient way. Okay, ready? Go.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 87,
76.
83,
76 plus 5 in your head.
81,
81. 86.
91, 96, 101, 106, 111, 116, 121, 126, 131, 136.
I expect to see everybody counting. 130.
142, 147, 152.
152. Okay, 152 days of school. Let's count the more efficient way. And I see some listeners in the bunch, and that's not the expectation. The expectation is that you're all practicing counting. I know that skip counting, especially with different ones, it can be more challenging, but try your best, okay? Ready? And the efficient way, counting by 5s and then counting on by 1. Okay, ready?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 150, 120, 125, 130, 135, 140, 145, 150, 151, 152.
All right, 152 days of second grade. Oh, we're getting closer to the end. So we have 179 school days this year. We lost one day because of Hurricane Iselle. Okay, so we usually have 180 days of school. So how many days left? If today's the 100, can you listen first? If today is the 152nd day of school, and we have 179 days of school. Okay, right here. Okay. Today is the 152nd day of school. We have 179 days of school. Are we going to add or subtract to find that out?
Subtract.
Right. We're trying to find the difference. The difference in how many days we've had and how many of school we've had and how many days of school there are in the year.
I know it.
Take a look. Do we have to regroup?
No.
No.
9 minus 2 is 7. 5 minus 5 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. So it's 27.
How many? Thumbs up if you did that in your head mentally.
Me.
Okay. Awesome. Did you subtract or did you count up?
No.
You did the subtraction in your head?
Yes.
So you did this math problem in your head. Or did you count up from 2 to 9? That's what I do.
2 to 9. Me too.
I-
Because that's 7 plus 2 was 9. So I was thinking it was 27. So I thought 152. I counted back. 152 plus 7 equals 159 plus 20 equals 179.
Oh, awesome. Breaking it apart. That's similar to how I think.
I got it.
How did you do it?
I thought it was because 1 was 0. Then I thought that was 7 goes over there and 2 goes over there.
So you actually saw this problem in your head. So this is what you saw in your head when you were doing the math. That's awesome. That's great. And we can do the mental math because we're not regrouping. It's much easier. When we have to regroup, that's when we really want to pull out our pencil and paper. And we'll see that with our problem of the day. All right, let's go ahead and remember, what do we want to try to do every day?
Yesterday.
Okay. All right, so let's review our, let's see, we have a few children out. So let's make sure with our jobs today that everybody's covered. Okay, we have line leaders here. Okay, we're good. All right, so we just had morning business, and we're about to start working on our problem of the day, then extra math. And if you finish both of those, we're going to go ahead and I have some review flashcards with shapes and money, and then also looking forward to time. Time is something that we'll be covering a little bit later in May. So we want to make sure that we're starting to work on understanding using all of what we already know. Just like with money, how we did a lot of work with money before we started learning about money, it made it a lot easier. So we're going to go ahead and start working with those flashcards. Then we're going to start math. Today we're subtracting money with a dollar sign in the decimal point. Recess, and then we have reading, and then we have lunch, recess. We'll take our spelling test after lunch. How many people studied over last night? There's 15 words now. We're using the 3rd grade word list. Okay, so my advice to you is that you make Thursday night a practice spelling test at home, okay? So this is something that will help you moving forward. Mrs. Nishimoto and I have meetings today. So so after our spelling test, we might get a little Hoike practice in, we'll see. And then we're gonna go to the library and the computer lab, okay? So if you have any library books, make sure that you put them inside of our tub, but I think we got most of them yesterday. All right, so Ryder, it's your turn to share our Pono values, and we're going to talk a little bit more about our Pono values today, and I want you to think about ways that you can show our Pono values in class.
Our Pono class looks like
Students are
looking at the speaker,
paying attention,
taking turns,
taking turns, Working in teams. Okay, so think to yourself, what's one way that you can show the Pono value of looking like you are in a Pono class, that you are a Pono student? Okay, so what about when you're not working with me? When you're on your extra math, when you're working on your problem of the day?
Don't talk.
Well, what if it's reading time and you're working in a center? It's really easy to say I'm not going to talk, right? And I'm just going to listen to the teacher. But what are you going to do to help yourself learn? That's the question. You can have some think time. Are you ready to share? You want some think time? Okay, go ahead, Patience. Okay, so we're not looking like we're fooling around, touching other people's things. What else?
We're doing it right now, looking at the speaker instead of talking to other people.
Okay, excellent. Good example. So this is a perfect time when we need to look at the speaker. When you're in your small groups today, during your centers, Elijah, what will you be doing? What will it look like? Yeah, so if I'm sitting over here and working with another team, and if I look out, I'm going to see that everybody's on task. I'm going to see that people are smiling, that they look like they're enjoying learning. Okay? Continue. Thanks.
Our Pono class.
Our Pono class
Sounds like
students are
talking about learning,
speaking and listening,
solving problems,
solving problems,
using kind words and
using kind words and iMessages. Okay, so what's a goal here for what you will sound like today? I'll share with you my goal. My goal with what I will sound like even if maybe I'm getting a little frustrated, I still want to sound like I'm kind and patient. I don't necessarily want it to sound like I'm frustrated. Okay, so I want to sound like I have the things that I'm saying are positive. So what do you want to sound like? Think about when you're working in your teams. What will you sound like? Kind. So how can you be kind in your groups? Tati, you seem a little bit, come closer. Oh, okay. Can you say that a little bit louder?
Instead of saying no, you say I agree or I don't agree.
Great. Because sometimes when we say like, no, that's not right, how is someone going to take that?
They're going to get frustrated.
Right. They're going to get frustrated. They're going to get defensive. But if you say, you know what, I don't agree with you, is that coming from a way of like being mean?
No.
No, like if I don't agree with you. It doesn't mean that I'm trying to be mean. When you say no, that comes across as kind of bossy. No.
And plus they get scared.
Oh, could be, depending on who's saying it. Okay? But if you say I agree or I don't agree, then you're going to have a conversation rather than telling someone what to do. Okay, last one.
Our Pono class.
Our Pono class
feels like
students feel
excited to learn,
respected, challenged, awesome. Okay. So hopefully by the end of this day, you're feeling awesome because you made the Pono choices of how you're talking to each other, how you're playing with each other, and getting your work done with a good attitude. All right. Thank you. You can put that back up there. So first things first, we're going to do our problem of the day, and we're also going to do extra math. So it's up to you which order you would like to go in, okay? Saunders and a couple of you, Saunders and Tati, I'd like you two to start with problem of the day. Okay? Okay, so you can go ahead and you're excused. Okay, problem of the day, extra math. And then when you're done, you can do flashcards.